Welcome to the Heroine Show. Today we have an amazing guest and host on the set today. I want to just let you know that some of the heroines are not here because most of them travel, and then we are having wonderful heroines with us today on this episode. So thank you for joining us. I want to say that today is a very, very important day for everyone. You know, like I said, the topic for this week is second chance in love, truth, healing, and moving forward. Meaning that February topics is love, truth, and healing. Understanding ourselves, our relationship, and our family. Like we all know, in relationship, a lot have happened. You know, I heard somebody tells me that, I just got divorced. I'm like, when did I heard you the other day you were doing well, but what happened? That's a long story. So before we continue, just stay tuned. I want to introduce you to my co-host and our guest here today. Yante, how are you?
I am very well, Reverend Blessing. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us. Stacy, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing well.
Welcome. And our co-heroine also, heroine Kim, how are you?
I am doing fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a pleasure to have all of you on the table today. But I'll say that this topic is very emotional to me, right? I don't know why. Because it's something I don't want to talk about, but it's talking about breaking up in a relationship, you know, separating from your partner, and then the question is that, will you want a second chance? And if you don't, why?
And if you do, why?
I love
If
that.
you do, why?
I love
right?
that. Yes.
You know, it's very important. Like we talk about enduring love today. We talk about trusting in your relationship, communication, and healing. So healing is very important. When we talk about community healing, it's part of those things. I know many women, many men are hurt. In fact, these days, men are most hurt than women. It's like the table turn. Yes, many men are crying silently to find love, but they say they don't find. And women too are crying. So what do we say about this? Like, Yante, please throw your light on this. Throw your light on this.
So what part of this do you want me to throw my...
What part of I want you to throw your love is on the topic, second chances in love. Do you believe in that? And if not, why? If yes, how?
Yes, I think there are second chances in love.
Okay.
Love is such a delicate, fragile thing, and a lot of us when we are in love, or we talk about love, we talk about all these butterflies and all the fantasy things, and rainbows and stuff like that. But then, like you said, when it comes to communicating, the struggles, even living together or getting to know that other person.
Yes.
It's, for me, I find it's one of the most challenging things. And so many things, I call them, it was difficult for me to bridge two gaps. In life, we have the past and we have the present. When you're in love, I find that love is affected by those two things. It's not always that you know how to navigate it, and it's a learning process. And I think a lot of times why we fail, or I shouldn't say why we fail, I think sometimes why we're unable to, I don't know if to say fix it, is because we're unable to bridge that gap between the past and the present.
Okay, Tessie, what do you have to say about that?
For me, I have to say, love is beautiful, and it can also be one of the ugliest things. And why I say that is because if we don't have good communication and understanding, it's hard to live with that person. And there's a thing called forgiveness. If you only forget, if you don't forgive and openly want to say, I know it happened, forget about it, move on, then it's not going to be well. So a second chance is possible, but is the second chance with the same person or a new person? That's the key.
Yes.
Because you can have success with the same person if we can correct what causes the problem in the first place. Sometimes it's just other family member inside the relationship. Get them away. And if it's your communication skill, work on it. Don't feel too proud that, oh, nobody can tell me what to say. Because sometimes we can hear ourselves when we're going wrong. So it's always good to bring somebody from the outside to hear other people's perspective. It's like talking to your kids. You would be fed up and say, you know what, you hear my voice too much. Go talk to somebody else. And it worked. So if before it reaches the stage of stagnant, reach out to somebody else to talk. And when you talk to those people, be truthful. When you start to lie about each other's situation, you're not helping the situation, and I don't think you want to correct. But when you talk the truth, even if it's an ugly truth, speak the truth so you can get the right answer. And I think it is salvage. Sometimes maybe not, but at least you can move on and still be friends.
Okay, as I hear your opinion, Kim, before I ask this question, can you put your point on the topic of second chance in love, truth healing, and moving forward?
Okay.
Second chance in love.
I don't know too much about second chances in love, but I mean, I do know about love, and I do know about relationships, especially long-term relationships. I myself was married for 32 years before my husband passed away in 2020. And that love was not, as we talk about love, we always talk about, and we mentioned at the beginning about this butterfly feeling. So what I've learned is that love is not just about a feeling. It's not about this butterfly feeling. Love is about acceptance, accepting the other person for who they are and for what they are and what they bring into that relationship. Because actually that is what attracted you to them in the first place, right? So a lot of times I think that people forget what it is that brought you together. If they can remember what brought you together, that should help be the foundation for building on that relationship and making it what it is. So I can only speak from that point of view. But I mean, as Stacey Ann mentioned, if it is that you're fortunate to have a second chance at love with the same individual or with someone else, and you have that opportunity, go for it, as long as you feel that you have the proper tools now as a second time in order to go down that path.
Thank you so much. That's well spoken. And I'm very more passionate to know, and thank God we are all ladies here. We've been in relationship, either present or before, and I see that it's been said that men are mostly hot in relationship right now, and that women don't really care, and they hurt their men. Men are crying, are really crying. I'm saying it again. The rate of men crying over their marriages is higher than the women. History change.
I think the table has just turned.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. So thank you for saying that. Yeah,
why? Let's say the reason why.
I totally agree with that.
Why? What changes?
Dominance. Men were too dominant above women, and taking advantage. Is advantage the bad one?
Which one is that?
Treating the female side unhealthy, right? So within this Western world, a lot of women now finds power. Like, it's not really power. They're now ready to gain their strength. We're working. We're bringing food to the table. So we should not be subjected to being a housewife anymore. I'm coming from work. You should be able to get home before me if you're there and start the meal. Don't wait on me to come. home and start preparing the meal, I'm working just as hard as you. So the table has turned, and they can't. The man has not yet settled their mind and their stomach around
And the table
fact
churn.
that the table it's not
turning.
like before where women go to work, still come home and do everything at home. Even if they're dying, the man is watching TV. Because for me, if you're home, I believe that you should start the meal. And if I'm home, I'm going to start preparing the meal. But if you're not preparing it, I'm not preparing it either. It goes both ways, right? Help each other, look after each other equally.
Well, for that, I would say that the pandemic
That changes a lot of this.
changed a lot of things.
Yes.
They both male and female, they had to spend a lot of time together.
that they've never
That
spent
they've
before.
never-
Oh, really? I just got that.
Then you realize we're really not compatible at all.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Yes.
that's true, huh?
So I don't think it has anything to do with, well, this is just from my perspective. I think that men are one of the most beautiful creatures on this earth. I have 2 sons, and my role as a parent is to teach them how to treat females, the opposite sex.
Absolutely, yes.
And I think I do a great job at that. As it speaks to men, we know that they see things differently. And I think that we all can work together. Men, if they're working, we're working as well. And I think that, again, the communication needs to be there. And I think we need to do more active listening to each other. And there's too much blame placing on, oh, you should do this and you should do that. For me, I think that if my husband is home for the whole day, he doesn't feel like cooking, it's not bothering him. But if it's bothering me, I think I should take the initiative and go ahead and cook this meal and not let it be a problem. So if I think that there's going to be an issue with it, I would have the conversation then with that individual. And let us see how we can have some common ground. But I think it's a lot of it is about balance and more active listening to each other and
Accepting each other the way they are.
yes because if you are truly in love with that person, you're going to love their faults.
Absolutely.
And we all have,
I think that love is actually the key there.
Yeah, it is the key.
Yeah.
We have to remember how we were raised. And kudos to you as a mom for boys. You're directing them in the right way. You have males who were raised not to do certain stuff. It's female stuff. And it becomes an imbalance in society. And then when they grow up, it doesn't matter how much weight is on top of the female. They just think it's not their place to do. It's a female role. And I'm just saying, balance the table. Take the weight off. And you'll probably have a better relationship. Because when one person sits there and work, and another just sits there maybe playing game, get up, participate equally.
Okay, so to wrap up that section, do you believe in second chance in relationship, and why? Just a second.
not with the same person.
I love that.
Why? Why? What if the same person have changed? Or decide to change?
What if it was a misunderstanding?
Yeah.
And then you figure,
I'm sorry.
When you go through that trauma,
Speak it, girl. Speak it.
surrender yourself to all of that,
And yet,
and you still think that you want to go into that relationship, start all over again, I'm not doing that.
wow.
I'm sorry, not with the same person.
Men, are you
I
hearing
love
that?
to love. And I want to be able to take care of that man. Like that's in me. That's what we women are here to do.
Absolutely.
But why is it that women that want to take care of their man the way they want are not available for that woman? Why?
Why they're not available?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even thinking about why they're not available to me. I think a lot of women are happy single.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
They're so happy single, and it's not that they don't need a man, because I need a man.
Yes.
Sorry.
Don't worry. I'm gonna get to one. Okay, don't worry. The heroine will fix you up.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Casey, please tell us.
So-
Second chances or
Second chance is possible with the same person. Again, it depends on what the situation is. Because if you're in an abusive relationship, I don't know about the second chance. If that person is gonna change that abusive way, because that's sometimes something that's embedded in the person. But if it's a little squam something that doesn't abuse you emotionally or physically. I think, for example, sometimes it's family members who interject themselves into a relationship that cause chaos. That can be fixed if he or she said to the partner, "This is my immediate family. You're my sister, my mom. Step away, step out. Let us deal with our issues." So there are different things that can happen in a relationship that can make it reconcile, and there are things that makes it dead. And when I said dead, I mean you buried it.
no feelings?
It's done.
No feelings for each other.
It's done.
Is it just it's done or the other one there's no
For
affection?
me, I don't want to have a relationship that's ending and I stay into it to the point where if I see Mr. Henry tomorrow, I can't say hi. If I need help, I can't call that person. I don't want my breakup to reach that stage. You're supposed to be able to call back on me. No, we should never sit in a relationship where it reached to that point.
So if you have to, what would be the thing that you do differently?
If I had to reconcile,
Yes.
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying like
relationship, there's no reconciling.
Oh my
But again,
gosh.
that's why I put the example of family member interfering, because they talk about mother-in-law and how dangerous it can be for a relationship. If the person, even if it's from my side, if I can stand up boldly and say, "This is my husband, my fiance, my immediate family, can you please let me deal with my issues," right? Don't get involved. Then it might work. But if I'm getting beat up every day, I'm being called names, it doesn't work. There's no reconciling, because my mental health, my physical health, my well-being is more important than having a man. I would prefer to be single than to live
okay.
in
First,
that.
okay. Are you the same, right? What will you do differently if you have to give a chicken chance?
To the same person?
Oh, you said no.
She
you don't
already
want
said
to.
no. She already answered.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let's go for a break for now. Yeah, also viewers, we'll go for a short break. We'll be back right soon.
Brampton's Rising Stars is back. This is season 3. Showcasing different talent in dance, music, instrumentation, spoken word, and many more.
Expression on your face, you were actually just enjoying the song.
Do you have what it takes to be the next rising star in Canada?
And the space you use, the prop, the choreo, everything. I'm in awe. Awesome.
Then log into www.bramptonrisingstars.ca to register and get the opportunity to showcase your talent. To register, visit www.bramptonrisingstars.ca. Registration closes 24th of May 2026. For sponsorship, please call the following numbers. Brampton's Rising Stars is brought to you by Black Community Canada Television and powered by GR Studios. Brampton's Rising Stars. It's time for the stars to rise.
Welcome back to the show. Today is a very hot day. You can see it's not been easy with the women. Even the men too, they are saying it's not easy. Unfortunately, they are not here. So the women that are here are ready to voice out exactly what it is. Yeah, so coming back to my question, I was asking about giving a second chance in relationship. And one of us said no. If it is the same person, no. No, N-O, no. Then second guest said yes. Then I asked, what will you do differently? And then she's saying that, well, if it is abuse and all that, no. So now I want to hear from our heroine, Kim.
Yeah, you know what I'd like to say, because I was listening to you two ladies. One of the points that you made, Yanti, was what happened during the pandemic. I think a lot of relationships was shaken up during the pandemic.
But why?
Because, you see, what happened is during the pandemic, a lot of us were forced to spend
time together.
There was no outlet. There was no way to escape. They couldn't go golfing. They couldn't go drink with the boys. They couldn't go to work. They couldn't do this and that. So what happened?
It's a good timing.
What happened is they were actually forced to spend time together and actually forced to sit down and see their spouse or partner or whoever for who they are. Because when you are spending 8 hours away from that individual during every day at the office, you're not really getting a chance to sit down and understand the value that that person who you first loved in the beginning is still continuing to bring into the relationship. And so I found that that was one of the things that a lot of couples had to go through, that either strengthened their relationship during COVID or it actually disintegrated it. The other thing is, and as I talked about value, a lot of men don't realize the value that women bring to a relationship. We're not just there to produce children and to take care of the home and to take care of all those other things, but we're actually there to maintain a family, maintain the balance between a balance in a relationship, and also to be able to, we also are it's very critical, women, in terms of the growth of a relationship as well. A lot of men, they're there, but they're really to the side, because it's really the woman that carries the burden of the relationship. And because the woman carries the burden of the relationship, a lot of time these women are burnt out. How are the men helping the women? They're not. So fast forward now, we're talking about men are talking about how, oh, this and that. The reason why that's happening, because women now has found out that they really don't need men. They need peace.
Really?
They need to put their head down at night on that pillow and sleep well. And the reason they can do that is because they have all the tools at their fingertips now. They don't need to rely on a man to bring those things to the table, because they now can provide those things for themselves. Whereas before, women couldn't do that. They had to rely on the man. So what I'm basically trying to say, we love men, we need men in our lives. But what men need to realize is that women are just as valuable as they are, and sometimes even more. And they need to treat those women with that kind of respect that they deserve.
So in the table of a woman, thank you so much for that fact. I wish we have a man here.
No,
because it doesn't seem as if women have any complaint right now, to be honest with you. In fact, I see men working out and then women also working out.
Yes.
In that relationship.
Yes, yes.
You know, so what you said is quite true. But you know, well, I don't know what to say about that.
I can see that you're fumbling right now.
Because being a time when love hot so deep, and when the pain that they land is so much on a woman or a man, I don't want them to say that I'm only siding the woman. No? Yeah. The both sides, you know. I don't know, it's a critical moment that if each of you can share a moment when we were deeply hurt by love, and then how do you handle it? Because one thing you need to know that love have hurt everybody in one way or the other. Either when you were in relationship as before marriage or marriage, you must have one experience. you must have. Either in marriage, and before you say that, no, there is no second chance, what happened? Before you say that, oh, if I have to give a second, what happened? Have you closed your mind in love? Or have you been in a relationship? Let's be authentic about this. Because trust me, what we call love is very deep. Christ wants us to love as he loves us. But it's been very inevitable for human beings like me and you to love each other. Even when you try, you see that the other side is giving the opposite. Though people love not because they are loved back, but because they value why they should love. Loving is just a way of protecting yourself also, even if you don't expect to receive, right? I believe that. You know, it does better if you don't even expect to receive, but love. And maybe create your boundaries, but love is something God wants us to give to one another, especially in relationship. So, Yante, if you can just give us a point, 1 minute, like a critical moment, you know, a time when love hurt you deeply and what pain taught you because of love. And
wow. That critical moment was you forgot yourself. You even forgot that you were human. You become very numb. Nothing else matters in the world. And the pain is something that's unimaginable. You can't imagine that pain, and you can't sleep, you can't eat. There's no focus. There's nothing going on with your brain. It's like you don't want to take a shower. You don't want to do anything.
Yes.
You just don't want to do anything. How did I pull myself through this? Like I said earlier, I had to surrender to the pain.
Yes.
I had to surrender to the pain in order to find self-compassion. And only then when I started to really then dig deep into myself. And one thing that I've learned is, and through the years and back then, is to let your emotions flow. So however I wanted to feel at that point in time, I allow me to feel that pain. And then what I just did, like I do it in every single thing after that, is that you took all of that pain, all of those broken pieces, and just made beautiful beginnings, which meant that through every pain that I felt, I thought of a better way of how to handle it. And I kept doing that. So I imagined myself like an onion. So I started to remove layers.
Peeling back the layers.
Keep peeling back the layers and keep peeling back the layers. And that was one of the ways. And also, I also dug into the value system that I was brought up with. As my mom raised me. And I went back there. And there's this peaceful place within me that I always tap into whenever I am traumatized. And I did that in that time when I was so deeply hurt by love.
So all this is the cause of breakup. Is it that you loving to work out or loving you to leave?
To leave the...
It's two sides, right? You know, sometimes it's you that hurt, but you don't know you are the one that hurt. Then sometimes it's him that hurt, but he doesn't even know that him that hurt you. So in this kind of relationship or breakup, is like, okay, who leave who get hurt and leave, or who leave get the other hurt?
Well, the thing is, it was both. It was
both sides.
It was both sides. With both sides, because when something as traumatic as that, and two parties were loving each other, and something happened, and yes, and
so gradually you go apart, you go apart, and so that's good to know. And you just mentioned how you got healed, how you get get the process through to be able to regain yourself, you know. And I think men are finding it very difficult to quickly regain themselves than the women these days.
Yeah,
Right.
I would agree with that, because for them it's always this macho masculine thing.
Yeah,
They're
and
not
it's like they
they're not-
complain more too than the women now.
Well, you see,
women,
because- no, but you see-
women don't talk too much this time
No,
around.
the other thing, what it is that men, and this is not a generalized statement, men don't usually like to tap in to their emotional side. They're more with concrete things. Yes, they know they hurt, whatever, but they will never ever tap into that. The other thing is women, when we're going through whatever emotional issues we're going through, whether it's in a love relationship or whatever, we actually can reach out to our girlfriends.
I'll talk about it.
And we can talk to our girlfriends. We may not tell them everything, but that may be one of our outlets, is by meeting up with our girlfriends, sitting, talking, going out, and being able to share something. So in doing that, we are able to tap into that. We have that emotional support.
To express yourself.
Whereas men wouldn't do that. They'll go hang out with the boys, have a few beers, but they're not going to talk about what's happening with them. So they are
They do talk.
but not
But they
deeply.
don't talk the truth. They lie.
Exactly.
They never do anything.
So
wrong. It's
that's
always
the
woman who's
difference.
doing something.
I
So
know.
they do talk.
When they said the other
They
one, we
talk,
say
but they
that,
don't tap into what the real issue
I don't
is,
know why
yeah.
some women,
Yeah.
even my husband sometimes, so I don't know why some women are treating men like that.
never
I said,
say
did you
that.
ask what the men?
Yeah.
Because women will not just act. And also, I want to ask this. I'm not trying to say that women are the one that doesn't, cause the problem, or the men, but this is two-sided. And the fact that the women are dumped with the children,
That's
because
that's
men
another
knew
added
that when they
responsibility,
divorce,
yes.
they just go. They pack their things and go. I remember the other day, the husband packed all of his things and was driving, and the woman was crying. This is a marriage of 35 years. You just walk out and you just left.
It wasn't love. It was marriage for convenience, what they can get. For me, what I used to know when somebody loved. Because everybody said love, but nobody really know what the definition of love is. And I'm going to share what the definition of love is today, and it's coming from the Bible. So, 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 to 7. Love is patient and kind, not jealous, boastful, proud, or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It does not keep record of wrongs, and rejoice in the truth. So that is love. Love, we take love for, okay, what you can get from the other person, whether it be sex, money, a home, whatever. But that's not love. Love is not making sure that I can drive a car, I can live in a house. We should be able to love each other and even live under the bridge, eating grass together. Because that's what love is. Love is patient. When we do something, we forgive. We talk about it, we forgive, and we acknowledge where we went wrong. Because when you don't acknowledge that you do something wrong, you're hurting me. Because no, I'm going to say you're making me look like a liar when you know exactly what I'm saying is true. So if we have this principle of 1 Corinthians 4:7, then we can actually know what love is. This is what I base my love from. And that is why when I do stuff for people, and when I get the throwback, I know that that person was not genuine.
So I want to ask, because you see this love of Christ, you're reading the love of Christ, and that's what we are required to be. And I know that background affects who we are sometimes, that affect our relationships. And unfortunately, many women or men never knew the root to stand. Rather, they fight like the normal worldly way without remembering this word that God has given us. Probably those couples don't know the truth at that time. Because if love is kind, love is patient, one person will endure it. And you see
it's
that,
forgiving, and it holds no
and you
grudge.
see that in relationship, There must always be misunderstanding one way or the other. But the most important thing is accepting each other the way it is, and knowing that when you hurt the other person, you're hurting your partner.
Yes.
You know, and I know the fact that foundation also affect relationship is that when you make your choices, you don't know what will become tomorrow. And then when that becomes, and then you can't take it anymore. Like I used to tell some women, and they spoil a man by doing everything. They do everything. And you do everything, the man will relax. Then tomorrow you will not accuse the man he doesn't do anything. Meanwhile, you have taught him not to do anything. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So we women, we need to understand that we have our role, men have their role. From the beginning, lay the foundation so that you don't get burnt out easily. Or the man leaves you and go for another woman that he will even give what he's supposed to give to you. And men, I'm saying it, I know that it's not, Pastor P is looking at me. I'm saying it, I know that it's not just on the woman's side alone. Also now, I heard a lot of men crying based on what women have done to them. And I see that women have hardened their mind also. Women want to love. They need a partner. They need you, right? So, am I speaking your voice, lady?
Yeah, it's not what women has done to them. It's that women are no longer accepting
what they do to them.
Certain things that they do to them. Women are now being more assertive. And they're
Please, let's talk about this thing.
Yes.
Can you give me one example of the thing that you done, the green light that put you off? The green light that put you off. Like
I don't like a lying man.
Okay.
When you do something, acknowledge that you do it and don't make me look like I'm silly.
Nobody likes a man that lies also.
If you lie, you cheat, you do everything that's wrong.
So the man will say, what made a man to cheat? Pastor P.
You're gonna lie on me and say I'm not giving any treatment.
Oh my goodness! But did you not? But did you give? Let's be sincere about it.
I give, but he wants to. Everything he sees out there that
he wants you to test it.
He wants to test like he's a tester, you know.
And that's meant for.
So this is where when you go into a relationship, you need to set certain boundaries.
Yeah, the boundaries.
And if you set those boundaries initially, then that man knows that he's not allowed to cross those boundaries. Because if you don't set a boundary, then that means that you are willing to accept any and everything.
That's correct.
But the first time he do it, you should be running.
No, but
do it the second time.
there would be no first time if when you first start the relationship, you establish what you will accept. You're not. No. I'm telling you, you have to set the boundaries. You have to have. Listen.
No, that's true.
If you're dating someone right now, you set the non-negotiables. I do not want to date you if you have children that are younger than 18.
Correct.
I do not want to date you if you don't have a car. I do not want to date you if you're smoking. So if you set those boundaries initially, if
I see someone writing a very long list.
I'm saying something. So let me finish. If you said, I'm just using those three. If you said those three in the first week, first date, second date, then what will happen is that man will say, well, okay, if she's not going to accept that, then this is not for me, and he's going to walk away.
Exactly.
But if you don't set it right away, then that is exactly what's going to happen.
But let me tell you, if this person
boundaries.
No boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, you got nothing.
Have you forgot that some men too?
You set the boundaries and they just want to get in. And as soon as they get in,
they do their own
start
thing.
to do their own thing, even though they know clearly from day one that you don't accept these behaviors.
No, because when you set the boundaries based on his response, you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell when a
You're not
man.
as slick as a man. Trust me.
No. You got women have got to use their brains. They've got to use their brains.
So now that will tell us that some men, most men, are very cunning.
They're cunning.
Yes, and that is absolutely true.
And men, not just men alone.
Women
too, they are very cunning too.
Yeah.
You know.
They want to enter for what they think they can get, and they play nice.
Well, this is why
when you get into them, that's when all hell
this is
breaks
why
loose.
you don't give up anything to a man for at least 3 months.
They can
3
wait.
months.
Let me tell you.
No, because then you can test them and see exactly what their true personalities
in Canada,
are.
In Canada,
I'm telling you
a man
like
will come in
this.
your- okay, you have a house, right? You have a house, and he lived with you for 2 years. He's the nicest thing under the lamp. The 2 year comes, oh, I am living with you for 2 years. It could be a man, it could be a woman. I'm living with you too. I don't want you anymore. No, he takes you to court. That property, half is yours, half.
You mean that
No,
some,
absolutely not. No, because you didn't.
You were not smart enough to put things in place.
the foundation was not well
Well,
laid?
that's why if you're going to share a property with a man, you should have already had an idea as to what his personalities are and set certain things in place. Right? Again, I go back to boundaries. You should know your boundaries.
No,
because
the thing
one
is
of
that when most women love, they don't remember any boundaries.
And this to answer your question. No, so to answer your question, why men are crying out now? When a man is upset with a woman now, before back in the day, when a man is upset with a woman, oh, leave my house. They kick them out with their bag and whatever. They can't do that to women anymore right now because guess what? The house belongs to the woman. So the woman is telling the man, leave, go with your bags and throwing the stuff on the sidewalk.
Okay.
That's how the roles have returned, and this is how men are feeling hurt now because women are in position of power now, and they can actually exercise those
man,
power. Okay?
please.
So no man is owning no house with a woman right now. The woman is owning the house alone. Boundaries.
It's good, because we need to be in the economy.
Women have their voice out.
Yes, but boundaries.
Balance out everything. It's just respect.
No.
Respect.
Respect me, I will respect you.
Respect.
What do you
come
say,
out of
lady?
boundaries.
Lady,
One chance.
one chance, no nonsense.
No chance.
No chance.
Oh, really?
This is very good.
Okay, so now,
I enjoy this conversation.
having been hurt many times, you know, having seen the character of men and women too.
Yes.
How will you suggest healing? Just a word.
Healing?
Yeah, for someone that is watching now that have been hurt many times and says, I have given up. I have given up. But remember, you give up, the children are there with you. You are not totally giving up on the man because people must come together. So one of the things that affects the women now is managing the children and also with a man. Right? And I know most people have been in that situation. If you have not, you know, dealing with managing the children while the man walk away and then yet still manage the man and the child together while you are separated.
So are we leaving a thought with our viewers as we part now?
Yes.
In terms of, I just want to be clear as to what your question is. What is your question? What is your question that you want us to, in order to leave?
4 different questions.
Yes. So what is it? What is the specific question you're asking so that way we can leave a takeaway for
So
our
I want you
viewers?
to pick up of, if it's 3 questions, touch it and wrap up. You know, you get what I mean? So I said that in the process of healing, right? What will you say to someone watching you now that have been hurt many times? And then I'm thinking the mind of the person that is watching.
Okay.
Let's say now is a woman that have separated, but yet had to deal with the children and dealing with the man again, being separated with her. So what will you tell that woman? One, how she will be healed. Secondly, how she can be able to navigate to heal and at the same time managing both husband and this.
I'm gonna say,
I don't know if I complicate it, but I want to make sense there.
It's a threefold question.
It is.
It's a threefold, and those 3 things do not really connect.
No.
Okay, so simplify it.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask one. Okay.
if you live in a relationship and you're that hurt, do not jump into another relationship.
I don't think that's what she's saying. Is that
No,
That's one
I
part.
don't think so, but it's okay.
It's,
all right.
it's gonna
I
be
don't think-
another messy relationship. If you're not sure that you can handle it, stay single. Don't repeat the same thing, the same trauma to yourself. Secondly, when kids are involved, take the kids out of the picture. It's your responsibility as a parent to make sure that the child sees the dad, the child sees the mom, and the kids are not caught up between the fight. You can fight all you want on the phone and behind the kids, but leave the children out of it. You don't want to raise kids with mental health problem because you created it. That's the second thing. Whatever you have together and you need to share it, share it. If it does not belong to you, walk away and leave it. Do not rip each other apart for what does not belong to you, because you're ripping your kids apart and you're ripping a community apart.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Kim,
I would like to say, I think you mentioned the word mental, you talked about healing.
Healing, yes.
So let me just say something on that. I feel that for a woman, if she needs healing, and for anybody, not just a woman, but even for a man, I feel that if you have a relationship with God, use that as your center point in order to heal yourself. Because when you do that, then you are then available for your children, and you're dealing with your children from a place of healing rather than a place of hurt or disappointed or whatever. So definitely healing is first. Secondly, overall, if you have made a decision in terms of whatever relationship you want going forward or not, then you have to put a set of values in place, so that way you protect yourself going forward and not allowing those things to happen again.
Thank
That's
you
what I
so
have
much.
to say.
Yeah.
So for me, I would say that self-care, which is very important,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
We need to tap into our spirituality. But I forgot.
Yeah, it's about that's our healing.
It's like camera shy, don't worry.
No, it happens sometimes. It happens sometimes.
No, but you're saying it, you're talking about the healing aspect
Yes,
for
yes.
it. It
So
comes
I
different
would
ways.
say for women to have healthy exits.
Yes.
Very,
Yes.
very, very important. And I know when we're in that position, we're always with this thing about, we check too many boxes. If this is that and that, and we're going ahead, we're checking all. Stop checking all of these boxes.
Right.
And just go with what's working for you presently. And always know that your past is your past.
Yes.
And your present is your present. And that's where you need to be.
To separate the two.
Yes, you
And
have
to move, and in order to move on.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and you have to work with the
Yes.
present. Keep
Yes.
working with, and one move at a time, one day at a time.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's my take.
Yes, wonderful.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a wonderful show here, and I see that we
Just
can
getting
continue.
hot. Just getting
and
hot when we have
continue.
to end.
So the healing actually is a process that I think a lot of both men and women should cultivate, or should apply to what situation they are going through. Like I say here of course, the Word of God is the one that no one can overpass. So healing flows from your faith, your belief. When you have tried everything, and tried everything, it doesn't work. So what works now is trusting God of that healing pain, that by you applying that forgiving spirit. First, forgive the man and forgive yourself.
Even if you don't go back into the
Even if you don't go back, you must
Absolutely.
let go.
Yes, you must forgive
Especially
yourself.
now when you have a child with that man, that's something that brought both of you together.
Yes.
Some people, we tie their mind down and say, no more. There are good men out there, I won't lie.
Yes,
there are
there
many
are.
good men
Yes,
that are
there
looking
are.
for you.
Yes,
You
they
know,
are looking.
and then
They're
some
looking.
of
You
them,
just have to come
some
out.
of them,
You just gotta
They're
come out.
looking
They're
for
looking.
me.
See,
And you, yes. Not me.
Listen to me.
I'm
Listen.
too much.
Can you listen to me now, right? There are many good men out there looking for you because one have failed them. Probably that one that failed them is
Yes.
looking for somebody else, or somebody else is looking
that's
for
true.
her.
On a serious note,
there
that
must
is
be
true,
one that fits the other. Even the Bible made it
Maybe
to
it wasn't the
understand.
right stick for the right hole.
Yes, so that's what brings me to the foundation of relationship.
Yeah.
Foundation of relationship is agitate everything. Once the foundation is faulty, the righteous cannot hold. You understand? So that foundation is very important. But if the foundation has been faulty already and it could not hold, and you come apart, first of all, forgive yourself and forgive your partner.
Yes, yeah, and
right? Release yourself.
Release those things out of yourself, so that way, for the benefit of yourself, for the
Yes.
benefit of your children, be benefit of growth.
Mental health first to be in a
Yes.
place, but if
Put
you don't
yourself
release,
first.
if you hold it, then it deteriorates the opportunity that you need to have.
Yep.
Because some people are not meant to be.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to say in relationship, like in marriage, it's
Yeah.
not easy.
No.
You must. We talk about love endurance.
Yes.
The kind of endurance, commitment, but that be not abuse. But you must accept each other for you to be able to endure. So I want to appreciate the fact that each of you have spoken, and it's a wonderful show. And I know our viewer we love this to listen. And if you have any question, please send it to go to our YouTube and Black Communicator Television in YouTube and give us your comment, your opinion on this. And I want to appreciate you all. Watch out for the next episode. Thank you, my fellow hosts and viewers. Thank you. Okay, so we are gonna do our slogan.
Yes.
Don't forget the heroines and heroes in you.